What's going on, guys? Welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can get the updates of when I release videos. I release videos twice a week on Wednesdays and Fridays. But today, what I want to talk about is nerves and how nerves are actually a good thing. A lot of times when we think about getting on stage, we don't want to be nervous. We don't want to have those butterflies in our stomachs. And we feel like that is a bad thing, that we're nervous, that we're not prepared because of those nerves, that maybe we're not good enough to speak. But that's the furthest thing from the truth. Those nerves are actually a great thing that you have. And we'll dive into that in this episode about exactly why those are good things and why you need to keep those nerves. And you might find out that if you don't have any nerves, that you're going to actually need to push yourself. So I want to talk to you about 3 reasons why nerves are good, and then 1 reason why they're actually not good to not have them. So they're always good to have, but there's 1 reason why if you don't have nerves, it's not good. So the first and foremost, nerves mean that you care. If you are having nerves, if you're nervous at all to get on stage, to speak in front of people, to just talk at a meeting, wherever that stage is, that public speaking event that you do, it's good to be nervous because that means you care. You care about what you're saying. You care about what the audience thinks about you. You care to educate them. Because if you don't care at all, you're not going to have those nerves. So really having those nerves is a great thing because it shows that you actually care, and you're going to do a lot better and perform a lot better because of that, which actually goes into our next point, that nerves force you to excel. Nerves force you to excel and create excellence within your speech as well. Because if you're nervous, you're going to be paying more attention to what you're saying as you're saying it, as well as you're going to prepare more ahead of time. Those that don't feel nervous, they often don't prepare because they think, you know what? I've got it. Ain't no big deal. I'll just rock this thing. I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. No big deal. But the thing is, because you're nervous, because you're afraid you're not going to do well, you actually excel and are doing an excellent job because you're over preparing almost for yourself. You are preparing so much that you know every single thing to talk about. You don't have to stutter. You don't stumble over your words or your thoughts and have to try to figure out what you're going to talk about. You know exactly what you're going to talk about. You perform your speech perfectly. You perform your presentation perfectly because you've practiced it over and over and over again because you wanted to make sure you did the best job that you could because of those nerves. And if you didn't have those nerves, maybe you'd practice a time or two, but you'd probably just leave it at that. And the third one, nerves signal that you're on the right path. You're on the right path to where you need to be going. If you're not nervous, that means you're not pushing yourself. You need to make sure that you do have those nerves because that means you're pushing yourself as well. You're not in your comfort zone. If you were in your comfort zone, you wouldn't be nervous. Therefore, you wouldn't be pushing yourself and you wouldn't be helping people properly. Having those nerves helps make sure that you're on the right path. So you want to be nervous. You want to make sure that you're nervous because then the last part, if you're not nervous at all, it means that you don't care. You think that you're good enough, and then you're overly confident. And guess what? When you have too much confidence, that's really arrogance. It's really a point of arrogance, not even confidence anymore. It's arrogance. Then you're going to come off as you know everything, but then you don't really teach anything because you're not really helping the people. Because you're so arrogant, so full of yourself, you think that literally your presence, literally you coming and speaking on stage or talking in front of the microphone, talking in front of the camera is actually going to have people impressed with you. That's what's going to teach people. Literally, oh, I'm here. Now you've learned about public speaking. Oh, I'm here. Now you've learned about how to get better at fitness or whatever the subject is that you talk about. Because you don't have those nerves, because you're so arrogant, it's going to come off as if you're so good that you don't need to teach anything. And then you're not going to teach anything because you felt like you already knew it all. And then maybe you're underprepared at that point, which most likely will happen. Now, I'm not saying you have to always prepare 10, 20, 30 hours for a 30 or 45-minute speech, but it may take that kind of time. But also don't sit there and just wing it either. Because when you wing it, when you don't have those nerves, you think you can just wing it. That's a problem. So you need to make sure that you do keep those nerves for the 3 reasons that I mentioned. One, because it shows that you care. Two, because it'll help you excel your path to excellence. And then number three, it'll signal that you're on the right path. If you have nerves, that means you're pushing yourself. That means you care. That means you are doing something to excellence. You're not just doing it mediocrity, or I already say that. Oh, I don't know. Mediocrity. Yeah. Anyways, I'm leaving that in. It's kind of funny, a little blooper there for you, but I guess that's something as well. You want to make sure you're saying words that you actually understand how to say, but it's okay if you don't. That shows a little bit of the human side of you as well. But anyways, you want to have those nerves so that you can make sure that you're giving the very best of yourself in your speech to those that you're speaking to help educate them, to show them that you care, to show yourself that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. Because as long as you continue to push yourself, you're going to continue to get better and better. So make sure you have those nerves because they are a good thing. Don't doubt that they aren't.